Hey, Mr. Voiceover, we need some commentary on this video. When your break is done, we could use you here and give us some voiceover work, please. Alright, hit the pause button. I'll be right there and we'll give some commentary on the updates of the park here. I'll be right back. Hello, everybody. We're working on a Minecraft ride fun park here and did a little bit of addition here. I'm looking at making like a little beach type area. My friend said did it in his park, and I suggested it, and I think it's going to turn out good. And the thing with this here one is, when I get to the pathways, because I'm trying to get it so that I don't want to take a lot of room up with the path being,
What I'm trying to do is line it up with the coaster.
Alright, old guys.
I want
You
the
take it from
height
here.
so
This is
that
on the actual video clip, so I will mute my mic.
I want the height so that people can walk underneath it without banging their heads. So, use a couple supports to hold that up, eh? Pretty cool. Or we could put it over. We could put it at an angle like this too, so you could do something like that. That interfere? No. I want, but I want it over here. We'll put it here. There, I like that. I kind of like that. And what I did there is I did it so that, like I said once before, like I just said, there. So I want to build the beach right there. I want to kind of use this as a, like a focal point of the beach, maybe.
Now the fun part begins. With Coaster Planet, the same as Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, 2, and 3. One of the hardest things to do was actually put in pathways. You can get it. Come on, you'll find a good spot for it. And that's what I'm trying to figure out, where the best spot would be for the exits. Because there's pathways underneath, sometimes you can't go over that pathway with another. See, it wouldn't let me do it. So that's not a good spot to have the entrance or the exit. And now I have to get the people up to the ride. And the reason I put it up here is so it kind of overlooks a little bit, kind of like an interactive type thing with the roller coaster. And I'm going to enclose it all like I have with MineCraft, so I can enclose.
Let's figure out where to put the exit at.
Yeah. And then we'll put some shops in underneath.
We can do this though.
Kind of create like a mall-looking area. And then I'll develop the beach. It's going to be mostly static.
Okay.
There's nothing I see that. I was hoping to have paddle wheel or paddle boats you could launch out into the water.
Sometimes the hardest thing to do is get
Roller Coaster Tycoon was like that. You could set up the entrance and the exit from a platform, and then the paddle boats or the bumper boats would go out and they'd play around in the water, and then they'd come back. You didn't have to have a track for them. I do have the water ride over there. I don't want to put a boat ride here. I just want to be kind of like a swimming area. So I might have to create a couple of Minecraft characters that would go swimming and stuff like that. I'll put an area in there where I'm going to have a hot dog stand, have the french fries, the soda, and then what I'll do is I'll make that like a little shop right there on the beach, and then I can put picnic tables there and stuff. And I'll have to see if I can find maybe some animatronics I could put out there to make it look like there's people swimming. Now, I was thinking about shark, but that's a little dark, and I don't want to be that dark on this here ride. So, but I did create that house that possibly a magic user is living there and doing magic at night. And I don't know. I said I'm just trying to create a couple of different shells and stuff that I can use to create a village type look. as opposed to just having an open field or whatever and stuff like that, because there are villages in Minecraft. The hardest thing too on this here is trying to keep it looking somewhat like Minecraft using the Coaster Planet build tools, and that's kind of what I was doing with that one. I want to make another couple more different ones like that, and then you can change up the color, you can mix them and match them, and you can put them in as like little like right along that their edge there. You can put 2 or 3 of them there. You doesn't have to have anything in them, just make it look like a boardwalk kind of thing, where you'd have different establishments and houses and stuff on the boardwalk, maybe like across the street from the park, that kind of thing. See, I've been to England. Great Yarmouth has one of those on the beach type boardwalk type things, and we were there for one day, and it was pretty cool. It was like I said, they had the amusement parks there, and they had the different video game machines and the Apple machines and the different one. You had to be an adult to go in there, but there was a video gaming things that you go, and then I took my kids in there because it was for kids, and they had all different types of. Back in the day when you threw in your coins and you played Space Invaders or Asteroids, Pac-Man, and they had all kinds of different games too that you could play there. It was pretty cool, and I'm gonna put some of those in. Like I said, I got the claw over on one side. There's a couple more games and stuff like that I could put on the inside of this here structure, make it look like a mall. Like I said, I'm gonna put in a hot dog stand, you know, for a pic. Like I said, I have the benches there already, and then somewhere in there I got to put Katie Witch's cookies so that you can sell them. In fact, that'd probably be a good spot right there. Right. Oh, the thing about this too is the pathways. I was talking about that earlier. Yeah, we got the path. You did. There. Yes, we can. Show them how to do the.
Now I can do.
How we're going to create the look
things around here.
This in with the
create
coaster.
a different area, and what I'm trying to do is create a beach.
We're going to make a mall,
and I will enclose all this, kind of like make.
I can put bathrooms
so that,
in there, information stand.
I'll tie.
We can
yeah,
put
I know what I can do here. Watch this.
Money machine there. We can do all kinds of different things in there. You know, make a little busy mall for people for something to do.
I hate when it does that.
Well, we need more food. There's not enough food. And that's what I'd like to do around where the beach is at, where the food would be. Kind of have it like a food court type thing out onto the beach where I have picnic tables.
Like that?
Because I can use the pathways that are grass, or they're pathways that look like grass that's been walked on. And I could do that and create an area, put picnic benches there, and it'll look like at the beach or at a picnic area as opposed to just at a parking lot.
Give an idea what I'm doing. I can do more later too, so you know.
Something like that. I'm gonna work on that. That's what I want to do over there by the lake. And the one thing that kind of surprising was the merry-go-round reflects in the water,
like
especially at night when I light it up.
Well, actually it was.
You did a good job on it. And like I said, the pathways, like I said, Coaster Planet, Roller Coaster Tycoon was the hardest thing was finding a place to put the pathways, especially on smaller maps. I mean, if you have a lot of room, yeah, then you could wind it down and maybe come up underneath the ride and come out by the main pathway. I remember spending hours trying to figure out how to get a pathway to a certain ride, because if I couldn't get it there, then it'd mess up the whole look and the design. And it was like, oh, it's so frustrating. And then you go back and recreate, break things down, move stuff, and finally get the pathways to work. It's like, yeah, now people can use the ride. Now, I know there's a designer out there. She's really good. And one thing she suggested too is, like, for instance, let's say you want a river. Well, put in a ride, you can have the whole thing loop, but you don't necessarily have people have to go up to it. You could just have the water running, and that would create your river as maybe a backdrop, or the water would run, and then it would create a waterfall. So there's different things you can do, and that I remember her showing us how to do that, where she put in, and then she let it, and like I said, you put it on test pattern, and it'll run. So you can do stuff like that. Oh, okay, we're starting to enclose it. I'm kind of giving an idea right here how we can finish it off and connect it in with the roller coaster. And see, that's kind of why I put it there, because I wanted kind of the backdrop with the coaster, with the because a park is not a fun park without a Ferris wheel, and this is the big star. So one thing I have to go through is go and check out the names, change names if I have to, but I'm trying to get this clip in so that I can go back, because it's Friday. I'm going to go work on Lego Worlds, do some work with the different buildings I'm building for the different characters. I got Jessie has her theater. We got that built. I got Jazzy Jazz has her studio. Sergeant Bones has his complex, and then old Grizz, he's got the place over on Space Base, but that's a different save, and I don't have the guitars with that one. So what I might have to do is take old Grizz over to another Space Base and create another Space Base studio, where, and see, that's the idea too, is like, you got that environment of the Space Base. It makes perfect if you're going to go make videos for backdrops, and you can create areas with inside for recording music, recording videos. Maybe put up a green screen so that you can make it look like you're 1,000 miles there, looking off into an empty wilderness, waiting for the enemy to start beating their drums. That was the first thing you hear. You hear the drums coming. Yeah. Little hazardous triple X thrown in there, because that's what hazardous triple X is all about. Is as it's going out and about. That's what everybody keeps saying, is that everything was going good, and then that's the first thing you hear is them drums. And that's when the captain would say, "Okay, drummer boy, sound off, let them know we're here." Start in on the cadence. And it can be creepy if you said that, and you hear it coming. And I'm saying, I have it set up so that they can isolate one individual ship, and then that ship hears all the drums and nobody else does. So, you know, so it's like, you choose to fight. By the time you can gather somebody around, it's too late. The sharks will be on you, cussy sharks. So the majority of the time, cussy sharks do have to fight. They eliminated some pirates. There was a loss in the task force of Barbarossa. That's another story. And but that's what that's all about, is that, oh my gosh, I'm sitting in my little spaceship, in my little capsule, and all the and I was like, through the ship, you hear the drums coming.
There.
So you
I got lit up.
Stand up, or you run and fight. You fight, or you
I
run.
like the way your reflection will pull. Okay.
Let's do a script clip real quick.
Hey,
transitions and
send this one
music
over
is
to you.
in. Good job. Well done, Mr. Voiceover. Good job. It's like going back in time. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so we're going to do a little bit more work on this. I just want to get this clip put together so we can go ahead and continue working on enclosing everything and getting the trigger set up. Alright, Mr. Editor, script clip is in, and move down. We leave the little space for you. Go ahead. Script clip, cut, print, and post. Put it in the can and on the shelf. From ELA Studio and Sons, Phil Ed and Old Riz. Thank you for watching, and thank you for following. Alright, let's slide this one down. We got a little bit of room for Mr. Editor.